Hello, welcome. Just wanted to get on here this morning and kind of share with you some things that was brought to my heart. And I posted this morning. And so, what I'm doing is I am doing a post, and then if it's really weighing heavy on my heart, I will go ahead and do a live after that post. Today's morning post was about love and the fact that it resides in the heart and it's not part of the logical thinking aspect. And I wanted to bring that to my attention, to everyone's attention, because I had some questions about it myself, and I felt like it's probably a good thing to get on here and kind of talk about it because it was such a good answer. And I just didn't understand why some people just don't understand um, love and just don't get it. And it just doesn't make sense when someone decides to step in the line of fire or to protect someone, go into a fire and get someone out of a fire, or um, a mother who protects her child. I mean, I think these things we kind of understand, but what about, a serviceman who commits his life to the service of his country and gives the ultimate sacrifice? All the people in the service industries, even in very tough situations, you'll see perfect strangers step up and jump in and try to save someone who's drowning or that kind of thing. You don't even know them, but they'll do it. So um, I think there's some people, if they're honest with themselves, they just don't understand it, and then they're on their journey as far as understanding that type of commitment, that type of love, that type of outside of the box um, love that defies logic. And there's a reason for that because love resides in the heart space, and it's in the spirit, soul, heart space. It's not part of logic, actually created before logic. Love is. It is part of who we are divinely. And that's part of the reason why it's so separate. You can't really understand. If you just use your logical mind, you will ask the question, well, what's in it for that person to go ahead and do that? What's in it for me if I do that? If what's in it for me if I sacrifice myself? What's in it for me if I take a bullet? What's in it? You know. And so um, that equation or that question is never answered by the logical mind. It's not. You'll have to go within. You'll have to find out, well, why is that? What is that? What is that? And what is and it's part of what life is about. It's not something that you can take, go read a book and say, this is what you do in the case of love. You have to feel it. It's something that is. It's something that's indescribable, undefinable. It's not something that the logical mind can wrap its mind around. If you ever try to teach a computer how to love, it don't work. I'm just coming from my background, I know that don't work. So, wanted to discuss that and get on here. And if there are any questions, go ahead and feel free to send me some questions later. But again, this is just the answer I got, and I wanted to share it. I think that love also can never be transactional. It's not, if you do this, then I'll love you. If I do this, then she'll love me. If I do this, then he'll love me. It's not transactional. That's not love. That's a transaction. I give you this amount and you'll give me that. If you do this, then I get that. That's not love. Love just is. And this can be very, very confusing for soulless people. They don't get it. They're just like, I can't understand it. It makes no sense. And they actually do ask the question legitimately. Um, I have some things I listed here: hope, justice, respect, honor, joy, sacrifice, honesty, empathy, bravery, compassion, kindness, clarity, patience, tolerance, acceptance, accountability, trust, understanding. All of these are byproducts, aspects of love. So I just wanted to go come on here and say that, we're all in our journey, and there's no judgment. We're all on our journey. Some things happen in our lives that cause us to empty ourselves from love, separate ourselves from love, go away from love, become uh, uh, totally without love. There's things that happen. There's things, and again, we live in a time in the realm of uh, free choice, free will, and so this can happen. But when that happens, you have to be able to, for those of us who have not, who are still residing in love, we have to be able to see, because love sees everything. It sees everything. We have to be able to see that that person is not really prepared to love in the sense that we understand it, um, in the sense that is, and we have to understand that's not a good thing, and it can be dangerous for those who are within that sphere. So it's something that I just wanted to come on here and talk about, and recognize that love isn't ooh la di da la di da. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of wisdom. It's a lot of awareness. It's a lot of going within. It's a lot of challenging your own ideologies. It's a lot of growth. It's a lot of time. And so it's also a lot of understanding and compassion, empathy, because again, we're all on our journeys and we don't know everybody's story. It doesn't give them a pass. It doesn't give them a pass for being a soulless person, as I put it, somebody who sociopath, someone who can just at a whim kill somebody and not care, because why? There's no love inside. So there's no pass on that, but there's recognition of that, and recognition of who and what we are and what we should be. And so we have the ability to choose the right thing, and that's a beautiful thing in this realm. And this realm is a beautiful earth, and we can all make it better for each other as we learn and grow from each other and understand one another and try to attempt to understand one another. Be aware of the different things that are out there. Be aware of what love truly is and what it means and what that walk is, and the sacrifice that you have to make to walk it every day. You're not going to be perfect. You're not going to get it right every time. No, you're not. But the fact that you're trying, and the fact that you're out there and you're sharing and you're growing and you're learning, these are all good things. That's an aspect of love too. So the next time you hear like an award being compared, one that's based on money, and an award based on bravery, like the Medal of Honor or such things like that, um, one's based on love, one's based on money. It's two different things. One's transactional, one's from the heart. And so when you see someone ask that question, it's no judgment. No judgment on the question at all. But that lets you know where that person is on the road, because you know where you were on that road. And it's not time for that person to be president or in any kind of leadership position, because you know what that is. And you got to recognize that and do that. I also wanted to come in here and read something that I thought was really amazing. And it talks about our journeys. And I shared it on my page. And it comes from this section of Rumi. I don't know if people are familiar with Rumi, but I really like the writings of Rumi. So this is a Rumi Love Poetry Quotes on Tumblr. And it says, and you learn to look at people as they really are and not as you would have them to be. And you are careful not to project your neediness or insecurities onto a relationship. You learn that you will not be more beautiful, more intelligent, more lovable, or more important because of the man on your arm or the child that bears your name. You learn that just as people grow and change, so it is with love and relationships. And that not everyone can always love you the way you want them to. That's a hard lesson. And you learn the difference between wanting and needing, and you stop trying to control people, situations, outcomes, and you learn that alone does not mean lonely. Let me repeat that. And you learn that alone does not mean lonely. Okay. And you begin to discover the joy of spending time with yourself and on yourself, self care. And you avoid toxic people and conversations, and you stop wasting time and energy rehashing your situation with family and friends because you've learned that talking about things doesn't change them. You learn that wishing for something to be different from working to make it happen. Oh, let me repeat that. And you learn, and you learned, where was I? And you learn And you learn that wishing for something is different from working to make it happen, and you begin to invest your time and energy to affect positive change. You take a personal inventory of the areas you need to improve in order to move ahead. You set your goals and map out a plan of action to see things through. You learn that life isn't always fair, and you don't always get what you think you deserve. You stop personalizing every loss and disappointment, and you stop looking for guarantees because you've learned that the only thing you can really count on is the unexpected, and that whatever happens, you'll learn to handle it. You learn to grow in that aspect. And you learn that the only thing that you must truly fear is the great robber baron of all time, fear itself. You learn to you learn to step right into and through your fears because to give into fear is to give away the right to live on your own terms. You learn that much of life truly is self-fulfilling prophecy. That is so true. Manifestation. And you learn to go after what you want and not squander your life by living under a cloud of indecision or feelings of impending doom. Then you learn about money, the personal power independence it brings and the options it creates, and you recognize the necessity to create your own personal wealth. Slowly, you begin to take responsibility for yourself, by yourself, and make yourself a promise to never betray yourself and to never settle for less than your heart's desire. You live with honor and integrity because you know that these principles are not the outdated ideals of a bygone era, but the mortar that holds together the foundation upon which you must build your life. And you learn to make it you make it a point to keep smiling, to keep trusting, to stay open to every wonderful opportunity and exciting possibility. Then you hang a wind chime outside your window. I've done this. And remind yourself what beauty there is in simplicity. Finally, with courage in your heart and with God by your side, you take a stand. You take a deep breath and you begin to design the life you want to live as best you can. I hope that resonated with somebody, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Thanks everyone for listening. Take care.